I may have just worked myself out of a job, but this was too good not to share. I want to kind of show you how I figured this out using AI. All right, let's get started. This is using Google Gemini. I'm using a QuickBooks report and I'm using my Google Workspace Gemini. Now, I want to make this very important and clear. Gemini, because it's private, it's through the Google Workspace platform and it is paid. And I'll just show you guys the security level for the paid platform. So basically, they don't use your data. At least that's what they're telling us. If you do want to try this, you're still a little sketchy about it, which I have been too. What you could do is you could take your report and just make it look anonymous, meaning get rid of your company name, block it out off that report, and then upload it. But I'm in an AI course, and everything I'm seeing and hearing and from Google itself says that Gemini is secure. So I just want to make that clear. I would not do this in the ChatGPT at all. Maybe if you have the paid version, but there's so many different levels of paid version. I don't even want to tell you which is the right one. I only do this in Gemini. So let's get back to it. So what I'm going to do is I'm in the sandbox for QuickBooks. So this is only available to accountants. I'm using this so I don't use any of my clients' stuff. So I created a report, and I usually have this report always kind of in any QuickBooks account I have. And what I do is I run a last month's profit and loss, a month-to-month profit and loss, usually from January to the last month. We're going to do January month to month through July, a balance sheet, and a statement of cash flows. So in this packet, we pulled these reports. It's in one nice packet, and I'm going to download that. And then I'm going to go into my Gemini account, and I've already done a little bit of the work. I'll swing this over here. So what I've done, the prompt I have given Gemini is, hey Gemini, can you create a financial planning and analysis commentary for a business owner based on the attach? And the attach was that report. And boom, it comes up with this amazing report. Now, I always do verify that it is accurate. I check to make sure all of these match. This all looked really good based on the report I fed it. But this is where it gets really fun. Okay, so now go to create and hit infographic. And that's the code it will bring up, but just give it a few minutes and then it'll bring up a graphic. It's kind of working through the code. Ta-da! Okay, so this is pretty cool. So this gives you the snapshot of July. So it used to give a cash flow. So every time I've done this, it's always slightly different, which is what makes AI fun, but also a little frustrating. Let's see if it can give us a snapshot of the cash flow. It used to be at the bottom. So I hit code. I don't know if that's going to kind of revamp it because all it did was give me the commentary. So it's almost like I have to refresh the code. Okay, let's try this again. Sorry, I may have fed it too much. Okay, here we go. Here we go. And now it's just doing the cash flow summary. Let's just see what it spits out. Let's go to infographic. Here we go. Okay, awesome. It looks like it's got everything. So we had a little trial and error. Sometimes like it nails it the first time, and sometimes you got to go back through it and do it and just work with it. So to back up, what I would probably do on that prompt is I would say, Gemini, can you create a financial planning analysis commentary for business owners based on the attached? And please include a cash flow statement summary. It's just one of those things you got to play around with. The biggest thing is you just got to make sure and verify it. So every time I get this, I pop up the real document and make sure it is indeed correct. So here we go. We got our gross profit, our net operating income, our final income. Where did the money come from? These are particular revenue buckets. So it looks like they do design services, landscaping services. How are the profits spent? So this is a great visual on kind of seeing where you're spending the most if you just want to do a quick visual. The journey to net income, that's kind of cool. Breaks it down for you. And then this is one of my favorite ones, is a cash flow story for July. So this takes your starting balance with income coming in from operations, from financing, so it looks like they probably took on a loan, minus what they paid off for a truck, with your ending cash balance of $4,900. So not too bad. Now, a lot of that was for financing, which is okay, assuming that you're going to use that to keep growing your business. And this is a nice little visual of your assets just in a pie chart. So kind of it takes the amount of assets based on how much money is in there and kind of makes a nice little pie chart for you. And I think they do it for liabilities. Yep, here's the same thing for liabilities. And that gives you a quick little takeaway and action plan. All right, I hope this helped. I thought it was really cool, and hopefully it will help you out. And again, I think it's just one of those things you got to play with. I've done this before, and it spits out everything I want all at once. And then other times, as you can see on this video, we kind of had to play around with it a bit. But yeah, good luck.